Who's this?
He raised my kids.
So on the way down, I was talking about some of the more important influences in my life. My parents, of course, were the first two. Wolfgang, and then this is JD.
Oh, Mr. Robles.
Yeah, what have you been? Can I show you to us?
Hi.
JD, have a seat.
Yeah, get down.
JD Lau is an immigrant from the island of Fiji. In his mind, he was always going to make it in this country, and he was going to develop the next great soccer player. Well, he made it. Unfortunately, he made it in Sierra Vista, where there's no soccer community. But even with the obstacles that were in front of him, he was able to carve out a little niche. And I'm very grateful that that niche included me. I was telling, or at least recalling, some of my favorite memories of playing soccer is when you used to pick us up in your blue van at 5 in the morning.
We started 5 o'clock training. We told these people put the car lights on, you know, to train. We used to.
Yeah, I really appreciated that.
You know,
in the morning,
anywhere between
come here
close to 1,000 shots were taken on him, and he used to bumps and bruises. Get up! He kept getting up.
In the end, there was probably about 10 of us. And we make our way to the soccer field, and because it was winter, it wasn't light out early, so he'd turn his headlights on. And there'd be frost on the ground, but nonetheless, we loved it. We thought it was so much fun. And we'd train for a couple of hours, and then he'd take us to breakfast at Denny's. And he said, whatever you guys want, you can eat whatever you want. He'd buy it for us, and then when we were done with breakfast, we'd go back to the soccer field and play for 2 more hours and throw up all the breakfast that we just had. But it was fun. It was so much fun. And when I look back, and even now when I think of those days, that was pure joy when it comes to soccer. JD was fiery. He constantly was kicking things and yelling at us, and I mean in a good way, in sort of a motivating way, but he was just a crazy Fijian guy.
It's not just her and him or me. He was as equal, demanding for training. Even when he picked up the ball, he said, hey, this ball has no enough pressure. You throw it away, because he wanted to be so perfectionist.
I would call everyone.
You know,
I called all the adults, I called all the kids.
You know, he took responsibility, calling everybody. Hey, you're gonna be there at the field, you're gonna be at the field. He was just not a 14, 15 years child. He was just a natural born leader, even at that age.
He always spoke about wasted talent. And I think that added a layer of pressure to my own self. That all the work, all the hours, all the money that he spent, I didn't want to be wasted.
You remember, Mrs. Robles, you told me that half the kids in our team were not performing. And I remember telling him, or Jack Malachik, you give me 5 players and 9 clowns.
5 players, 9 clowns.
And you expect me to go and beat South Point, really?
JD always painted this picture of the next level, the next level, the next level. Who we have to be, who you have to be there. He always spoke of the legend of Wolfgang, but that seemed so far away. It was in the big city, it was on the most competitive team in our area, it just seemed unattainable. But in the back of our mind, he always said, you have to beat South Point, because this is Wolfgang's team, you have to beat South Point, you have to beat South Point. Us country bumpkins from Sierra Vista never get anything, we never get any respect. So you have to, the only way you're gonna earn their respect is you gotta beat them. And nonetheless, we earned their respect. We didn't beat them, but what ended up happening is Wolfgang noticed that we were so good that he absorbed us and put us on his team.
You know, I'm sitting here, I'm having goosebumps. Why? You know, I know in 2010 when I saw you touch the FIFA president and one of the greatest leaders of the world, Nelson Mandela, it brings you goosebumps and tears that a child from my village is sitting right there. I don't know if you, probably you, particularly you and him, coming from Theodore, it's the greatest thing.
The 2 people that I owe so much to are JD and Wolf. They're 2 coaches that showed their love, support, dedication in different ways, but nonetheless, it's without those things I wouldn't be here.